Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, cats, dogs, rats, snakes, gerbils, whatever you got as a pet, bring them on because it's time. It's back. That time of year is back where we go at it to the race to Division 1. What you guys are looking at is my starter team for the series. Now, I do have a lot more coins to make a better team, but I didn't want to, just jump into seasons with just a crazy good team. So I decided to leave it, okay. Not too expensive, not too cheap. I mean, a lot of these players don't really go more than maybe 5,000-6,000 coins. Other than Chiellini, he's probably the most expensive player on the team. I'm not even sure what Marquinhos goes for, to be honest with you guys, because I packed them. But this is a relatively cheap team that you guys can probably make and try out. Now, the formation 4-2-3-1, I've been playing for a while throughout FIFA 14 and 15, so I'm just comfortable with it. I'm not sure if it's going to be the most effective formation this year, but I like playing with it. And these are the instructions, as you guys can see, that I'm messing around with to see just how it all plays out, because this game is far different from FIFA 15. So, things are going to be different. Just because your instructions and formations worked last year doesn't mean they're going to be just as effective this year. But we're going to try it out, see how it goes, start the first match into Division 10, see how it goes as we look for an opponent. And we come up against Black Torres FC. Quite a unique name, I guess, but we finally both ready up, and we're about to head into our first match of the race to Division 1. Our very first opponent has a 4-3-3 BPL team. You can see there, Falcao is his star player. Pretty solid squad. I think I have the upper hand, though. I think my team is a little bit better than his, but he definitely has a solid squad to start off Ultimate Team. And he was a decent player. It seems like he had adjusted properly compared to a lot of people I've played against on the draft mode. It seems like he was passing nicely, he was defending nicely, so he was definitely a good player right there. You guys saw Buffon. A great save. Unfortunately, it looks like it skipped there, but Buffon is an amazing keeper. If you've got a Serie A team, definitely check him out. Right here, Hernandez. If we only had Andrea Pirlo, but unfortunately, he decided to go to the MLS. Hernandez hits the crossbar, so we are still deadlocked, almost going into the second half. I get a free kick just about in the 41st minute as Candreva, 33 yards out. We're going to try to bend this as a power shot around the wall. Candreva! Ooh, that would have been tasty. That would have been really, really tasty. Unfortunately, goes right past the right post. And we head into the second half at 0-0. Still a deadlock, can't really get anywhere. Neither of us. We seem to both be trying to pass the ball effectively. You guys are going to find quickly that it is a little bit harder to pass until you get adjusted. Right here, he has a free kick. Buffon to the rescue again. We are so lucky not to have conceded yet. You guys can see here, long over-the-top through balls don't work. Pace is actually toned down quite a bit as another save from Buffon, keeping us just in the match, man. We got really, really lucky that we did not concede early. I mean, he had save after save after save, a tremendous keeper on the game. Marquinhos decides to take a shot at goal here. It goes just left of the post, out for a goal kick as we decide to pause the game here and change some instructions. So you guys saw in the beginning of the episode that I was messing around with the instructions. I had my left back and right back to overlap, and that's what I did last year, but it was terrible this year. It left open holes so badly that I decided to just change it to the default, and it really made a huge difference. I played so much better after making this change. And one thing that I did notice about De Rossi is that he is always pushing up for whatever reason. Right here, we get really lucky as Hernandez makes up for that failed free kick conversion, and we go up 1-0. In the 90th minute, all we have to do is hold our ground. We were about to seal the game here with a nice over-the-top through ball, but we shoot it directly at his keeper. Luckily, we maintain that 1-0 lead, and we end up winning our first game. A tough, tough match. You guys can see the match stats right there. Had the pass accuracy, had the possession, but just couldn't get the proper shots on goal to score until finally we had Hernandez break through with a little lucky deflection off of his center back. Moving into the second match, ladies and gentlemen, another 4-3-3 formation we come up against, but this time it's a Serie A team, and you guys can see that he's trying to use a little bit of pace, and this guy had not adjusted to the game. He still had his FIFA 15 habits, and guys, if you're going to play this game just like you did with FIFA 15, you are going to be in a world of trouble, as Marquinhos does great work to break some space, and Hernandez again. This man is a beast this year on this game. Not that he wasn't good last year, he was tremendous last year, but this year, the stats that matter, he just has them, man. He's a great passer, great dribbler, 4-star skills. I think he's got 5-star weak foot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's just really, really good. And you guys can see that I've settled into the game now. I'm starting to slow things down. I'm able to maintain possession even better, passing the ball around even better, getting open space, a nice little 1-2 Higuain, which you wouldn't see me using in previous FIFAs ever, just because he was never that good. This year, he's pretty solid, so I'm really, really happy that EA has toned down pace. It's nice to see a wide variety of players. Right there, Buffon almost made a huge mistake. I had to go in for the challenge. Luckily, didn't get a red card. He goes for a long free kick, and another save by Buffon in the second match, still showing us that he's able to perform on a consistent basis. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a Serie A team, you need to put him as your keeper, flat out. He is a beast. You will see another save from him again. The man is turning back the clock with save after save after save. It looks like he hasn't even lost a step, even with the tender age of 37. We get him on the counter here, and unfortunately, I decide to power shot it. I could have finessed it and probably scored, but his keeper ends up saving it, and we end up getting a little bit unlucky, but nice little 1-2 here, and De Rossi, who just moves up forward for whatever reason. I have him on stay back while attacking, and this is such a pet peeve of mine. He attacks so much. He's never playing in that central defensive mid position. He's like always my striker at some point, so it is quite annoying at times, especially he really doesn't have the work rates for me to even be seeing him up there, but I guess he ended up scoring, so I shouldn't be complaining. Right there, you guys saw my opponent ended up putting his controller down for a short bit, and Hernandez eats that up right away. So that's going to be his second goal of the match, Hernandez, and he's just a dream to play with, as I mentioned. If you guys have a Serie A team, definitely try him out. He did get me back on the counter. I pulled out my goalie, and you guys can see he finessed it right around Buffon that time. Couldn't make the save. Tried to do a little bit of no-touch dribbling, and I got really lucky to maintain possession here. Tried to get a shot off, deflected off of his center back, and we maintain possession right back. You guys can see he's got that FIFA 15 mentality. He wants to pass and counter right away, and he wasn't able to because the interception rate is so high. Hernandez is going to make up this time. Look at this beauty of a free kick. No keeper in the world would have been able to save that, as it goes right off the crossbar, off the keeper's back, and into the back of the net. That's a hat trick for the man, ladies and gentlemen. He played tremendous this game. One of my favorite players so far, even though I've only used him for a few games. You guys can see the match stats here. We played very, very well to get our second win of Division 10 as we move forward in this race to Division 1. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. If you aren't subbed to the channel, hit that sub button. I mean, what else you gonna do? Catch you guys later.